I don't know whether you have ever helped people. I mean, they were in problem. You were there for them night and day. You were like the sun, moon, and stars to them in their situation. And eventually they came out. And when they came out, they started giving you attitude. Let me put it another way. Okay, let us look at a situation whereby maybe you and some people were in a common problem situation, and because you have this common problem situation, how are you doing it? You started sharing ideas together. You are gingering each other, encouraging each other. You eventually, all of you came out of the problem, only for you to discover that as all of you came out, they just cut you off. No longer interested in having anything to say to do with you. Let me explain another situation, then I will break everything down to you. There was this scenario of, I have to say it in a careful way. This brother was looking for a job, but God helped him. He met a very big man. The big man gave him a note and told him, go to so and so location. I don't want to mention it. You will get a job there. Just show them my name and this letter. Show them this letter that has my name. So he went to the location, traveled a very long distance, got to the location and looked for the number on the address. He looked for it up and down. He could not find the address. From by evening time, he started getting frustrated. I said, oh, maybe this place does not exist. Maybe this guy just, this big man just gave me a false this thing. So he started walking back. When he got to the bus stop, he met somebody who was about a few years his junior in school, when they were in school. Bros, what are you doing here? I say, well, I was looking for a job. I've not gotten job. Me too, I'm looking for a job. They talk and said, well, I've looked for the place. I cannot find this. This address does not exist and all the rest. So this other guy who was his junior said, no. Why don't you give me this thing? If you are sure you're not using it anymore. He said, I'm not using it anymore. The address does not exist. He gave this guy the address. This guy went, located the place, got the job. In a short while, it was an international person, began to fly in and out. This other guy who gave him this thing does not have anything yet doing. So he eventually decided that, okay, since this guy now is well placed and is doing very well, let me go and meet him and say, okay, you know what I did for you, if the chance comes, do for me too. That was just the idea. So he went to this guy's office. He knows the guy is there, and this guy will give instruction that will not allow them to see him. So he went there several times until he got the message that this guy doesn't want to see you. That is the way life is. That is why I titled this video, The Dream That Broke My Heart But Opened My Eyes. Let me explain why I'm doing this video to you too. I had a dream. And in that dream, I was like in a prison situation with like 2-3 people who are 3 there. And because of that closeness, because of that prison situation that we were in together, we became close. We started talking. After some time, because of the close enclosure, you were there for each other. And then we started talking about, oh, this is what I will do when I come out. This is what I will do, the way, this kind of talk that goes on. And eventually, they left first. And after a while, I came out. When I came out, of course, what is the natural place to go to find your feet? I tried to look for this guy. The two of them were already working in a particular place. So I approached the guys and all the rest, and I noticed that there was some kind of a cold shoulder, something that, look guys, I need your help to help me get back on my feet. So when I noticed that they were behaving somewhere and they were already working, doing business, I decided to move a little bit forward, the way dreams. So I just walked a little bit forward and I said, okay, let me stay here. Maybe they will have a rethink of what they are saying, because they were giving me conditions and difficulties. And I was like, you guys, you know me and all the rest. Eventually, one guy came out of them and said, can you sell something he mentioned? I said, look, I can sell anything to keep body and soul together. I just want to get back on my feet. Then he too now started giving me conditions that were impossible to meet. And when the conditions became too much, and I said, listen guy, you know me very well. You know my house. You know how to find me in case there is a problem. You know my parents' place. You know me to anywhere that you want to look for me to. There are many points where you can find me, and you know who I am. Why are you giving me these tough conditions? That was what I was telling him, and I opened my eyes. What is the background to all this that I've just explained to you? It came at a time I was saying, God, teach me the secrets of life. Let me put the word like that. Teach me the secrets of life. And this dream, as I had that very day, I prayed that prayer. is a pointer to the lessons of life you should now learn. I want to share 5 secrets that I brought out of this revelation. Maybe you can learn it. And as you listen to these 5 lessons, if you have had those kind of, maybe you are there for people, you have helped people, and the next thing you see is cold shoulder, please share your own experience there so that all of us can learn from what you experience. First lesson: don't depend on people, just depend on God. What do I mean by that? It doesn't matter whether they suffered with you or you journeyed together, you passed through the water together, you passed through the seas together, you passed through fire together, and all the rest. Don't depend on people, no matter what they are to you. Depend on yourself and in your God. That's the first lesson I pick from it. Second lesson: shared suffering doesn't guarantee loyalty. That you and some people, you went through the troubles and the travails of life, and you thought maybe you have not bonded and become, this is my person, this is my person, we have fought war together. That is no guarantee. Shared suffering does not guarantee any man's loyalty to you. People may bond with you in pain and leave you when it's time to rise. Note, what people promise you in the time of pain, they will forget in the time of ease. If you are somebody who is a Bible student, you remember the story of Joseph, how Joseph helped people in the prison and all the rest, especially the one called the butler. This man came out, God got back to his big government position where he has the ears and the voice of the king available to him, completely forgot about Joseph. It was situation that made them to go and look for Joseph. So note it very, very well. A man's heart changes very quickly, but God's heart for you will always be settled. So it's always better rely on your God. Help from man. 9 times out of 10 will have condition. There will always be terms and condition attached to it. Never think that because you know me now. See, like the way I was telling that person in that revelation, you know me now. You know how to treat me. Why are you giving this needless condition? But that is the way it is. It's only God through grace and mercy that can do for you and without asking you even for anything. Man will give you terms. God will give you grace. When people forget what you have done for them, know that God is teaching you self-reliance. Don't ever look to man. Look unto Jesus or to God, the author and the finisher of your faith. I know that many people who are watching this video, you have been there for people. I've been there for many people too in life, and I've seen certain things. But you see, when I ask God to start teaching me secrets of life, this is one of the lessons. As other lessons come, I will also share them with you. So when others forget what you have done for them, it's a message to you to be self-reliant. Look inwards. The answer you're looking for is there. Finally, always see disappointment, as divine redirection. If you hope that a man will do something for you and he does not do it, don't go and sit down somewhere and say, see life, see life. No. See it as God is redirecting you and saying, take this route, my son. Leave that route alone. Why? Because when you begin to see their disappointment to you as a redirection, you will not only be able to cross over the bridge of what has just happened, you will be able to move on with your life. And I can assure you, honestly, disappointment is actually divine redirection. When man closes his door, God says, it's my turn, the door is open. Once you understand it like that, you don't have any problem. Trust in what God has put in you and trust in what God can do for you. Human being, if I tell you some things that I've seen in ministry, I don't want to get very personal. God bless you. Share your own experience and let us talk together in the comment section.